It's your contribution with everything you are musically, meaning the experience, the chord changes, the knowledge that you have in harmony, the knowledge that you have in lines and soloing and transcriptions that you've done. And then you listen to that melody and you begin elaborating and creating another melody based on what you heard. Now, what happens is this. When I went to study at Berkeley, there was a lot of technicians. A lot. So it was like everywhere you go, you would go and and I thought, wow. When I play a solo, I want people to remember. I want people to hear the song and remember the solo. George Benson, Breezy. That's how he starts a solo. So a solo should have, in my idea, an intro, a development, and an end. Now, there are approaches. There's many ways you can approach a solo. Let's say that the sax player there, what's your name? What?
Nicholas.
I don't hear you.
Nicholas.
Nicholas. Nice meeting you. Let's say Nicholas takes a solo and he finishes. I could take over from that idea and keep going in the same direction. But then comes another factor. What is the response when somebody yells at you? What is the response when someone tells you something a secret? You want to hear it. So in that mentality, if he had been taking a solo and I followed, I would just probably go ding, 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 because I want to take it away from his kingdom to my kingdom and to my interpretation based on what he did. I will respond to what he did, but I need to have an intro point of view. I need to say in that intro, here I am. This is what I'm hearing harmonically. This is the vibe I want to create in the solo. And then from there I begin developing it. Now, what do I base the solo on? And the melody. I base it on the melody of the song. If it was Mary Had a, you heard me doing a little bit of Mary Had a Little One thing? That was pretty much improvisation right there. Because improvisation is not only doing solos. Improvisation is that you take a song, you own it, you take ownership of it, and you alter it in any way you want. And you're improvising the moment you do that. If the song is supposed to be da da dee da dee da da, and you go ba dee do da, that's improvisation right there, because you just changed the melodic phrase. Now, why is it important to have the introduction, the development, and the ending? Because you tell a story that people will remember. You know, back in the day, I happened to be taking a speed reading course. And in those techniques of speed reading, not music reading, books reading. I mean, the person that created that course could read the Declaration of Independence like in 3 minutes and understand 90%. But while I was doing that course, they had this memory thing. How to remember lists. I mean, it was great for students. It was great because you could remember the list forever. I still remember the list that they gave me, the 20 items, in order, perfect order, just because they did it through the creation of a story. So, when you play a solo that has an intro, the development, a culmination point in that development, and then a release, people will remember. It doesn't really have to be busy. It has to be real. Because you're talking through your soul. You're actually saying, expanding on what you're feeling. The gentleman here, he sings salsa, Christian salsa. In the salsa genre, there's a section where the singer actually improvises. They call it soneos and stuff. Of course, they learn the soneos, but once they master that craft, they can just create on the spur of the moment and just boom, just begin improvising in that genre. So once you learn the concept of improvisation, you can improvise in rock, you can improvise in hip hop, you can improvise in jazz. It's not necessarily jazz. I mean, today, our days, all the genres are a convergence of other genres. You don't hear any more country like it used to be. Country has R&B features in it and tendencies. And then hip hop has Latin concepts in it. So it's very much like a mixture. Of course, the prevalent genre is the main genre, whatever it is. But that's what happens. So, let me see what I got here, because I got it all in order so I don't forget anything. Okay. So I mentioned before that I used to play a lot and I used to do a lot, but didn't say much. When you're in a conversation, haven't you ever met a person that you're trying to talk with and you can't because you're trying, well, right now it's me because I'm talking. But it's like there's no room and you feel like there's no space to put a word because the person is like, exactly. When you're, oh, no. The point with that is that when you're talking, you're not listening. And if you're not listening, you're not seeing the whole picture. You see, when we together play together here, my main goal is that we all listen to each other and contribute to each other, not fight each other. See, if I'm hearing him doing the tumbao, the conga, whatever, I'm going to go there, fitting with that, so that the bass player will be on that beat, complementing each other and creating that machinery of rhythm. I won't be talking over them. I'll be talking with them. Now, as I was going forward with that, in comparison of a person talking a lot, when you're talking a lot, you cannot hear what's happening. So, while you're going, you don't know if the piano player did something that you could have used to enhance the solo. So, good morning, everyone. Oh, we're going to have a full house today. Yep. Welcome. They just come out of class. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, how you doing? You can start now.
Yeah, man, I can good.
Thanks for coming.
Okay, thank you for being here.
We're here for you.
Like a clown. All right now.
Okay, let me speed it up so you can get it. That was what we spoke in the beginning, and now we're back here. Okay, what?
Recap.
Welcome. My name is Lannie Battistini.
What is your name again? I'm sorry.
Lannie Battistini. Yes. I'm a Latin jazz artist. I have performed for many years. I have been in music all my life. Never done anything else but my life. I'm right now owner of Hanson Motion School of Music and Productions in Tampa, Florida. I produce albums for independent artists in the area, local and international. I also have various accolades that I'm not going to bring into existence. They're in my bio. If you want to know more about me, it's LannieBattistini.com. You can find it there. We have a QR code that we're going to give you later on.
It's in the table.
But a little like this? Yes. Testing 1, 2. There's a resonance of the 300s. 300s. The boxy resonance.
Is it the snare?
Yeah. It is.
Is it over here?
It's good. No, it's okay.
It's your boy.
What are you? All right. Yeah, so. I can't do this. Hello. So, anyways, today's lesson is going to be, well, not a lesson, it's plenty. It's going to be about the art of improvisation. I'm going to be moving a little bit faster for the ones over here. And basically, improvisation, the way I see it, is a language where you answer to what you've heard musically around you, and using your inner expression, you actually express what's inside of you, whatever you heard, whatever, you see, it's sounding better already, the 300 less, yeah, man, okay. So, basically, in my concept of soloing, basically what I use is the concept of intro, development, and delivery or ending, where the delivery is where you actually you did everything you were going to do, and then you prepare it to give it to the next soloist, if there's anyone there that's going to be following you. During the intro is where you actually say, hey, here I am. This is my vibe. This is what I want to do with the harmony content that I want, with the melodic content that I want. And it's very personal. Careful with that, yeah. Is it better? Can you hear? No? Here? Here?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, when you're soloing, you're actually expressing who you are musically. During my experience playing in jazz festivals all over, I realized that it's not how much you play, but what you say. It's not how much you talk, it's what you say. The way a person can ramble when they're talking, you can ramble when soloing. I would consider something rambling in soloing when it's just repeating patterns and not creating a feeling. I should take you through a trip when I'm soloing. I should take you from the beginning to the middle to the end, and you go, wow. I was giving an example of George Benson with the breezing song, where he goes, and then he follows that melody, and you see that he's developing it. And you always remember that solo. And if you don't know the song, look it up. Breezing by George Benson. The solo that he put, actually, all of George Benson's solos are memorable because he used that technique. That technique was a response to me when I went to Berkeley in Boston back in the day. And I saw all these technicians just playing their butt off. But I couldn't remember anything after they were done. It was just too much. One thing that you have to also watch when you're taking solos is that not all the listeners are musicians. So when you are soloing, you have to think with that perspective of commerciality. The more people you can reach with your solos, the more known you'll become. Let me mention this guy who was like a legend that passed away recently. Chick Corea. His solos were memorable because they were weird. He would come in from an angle that he actually developed. I knew Chick personally. He lived close where I lived. And the way, I also had the opportunity to meet him when I was at Berkeley, side by side. And he came from a very, very unique classical approach that he applied to everything he did. It was like a mathematical formula. He would rehearse everyone, and everything would happen the same way, within reason, during the live performances. So he did create the beginning, the mid, the ending, and the delivery and all that. And it was like a plan. And he would fight for that. If the player did something that wasn't there, and say, dude, really, I prefer that to be this. So he was improvising through a planned agenda. To be honest, I don't do that. When I'm performing, I sit at the piano, I close my eyes, I hear whatever is happening, and I listen to what he's doing on percussion, what he's doing in the instrument, and what is it they play?
It's the guitar.
Okay, the guitar, or the drums, or the bass, or the trumpet, or the horns, and I use that and take it and begin developing something they felt in the moment. Maybe a rhythm. Now, when you read a book, the author has a prologue, the introduction, and all that for a purpose. Because he wants to take you from the beginning to the ending of the story. I need to do that. You need to do that. Everyone here that's an aspiring artist, musician, should be aware of that. So, you bring the solo. I know it sounds like a lot because I'm not playing it, giving demonstrations, but you'll see when I sit at the piano and I begin giving you examples of the different concepts of soloing, that it makes sense. If a song is simple, then you can go with a more elaborate solo. I always look for contrast. If it's a dark thing, I go for a brighter solo. If the chord changes are sad, I try to make them happier. If it's a minor tonality, which sounds sad, I might bring some point of that tonality major for a point, and that's like, ooh, what happened? And one of the songs that I wrote, I don't know if we're gonna do that. No, I don't think so. today. It's called Nasa's Way. Oh, by the way, my wife there, Nasa, that was a song written for her. That song had a harmonic, it was all minor tonality. And then in a section, I just felt like, let me see what happens when I make this chord major. And I thought, wow, it was such a lift. Because when you're soloing, you have to also be aware that too much is too much. So you want to have tension, release. Tension, release. So I was honored to play with fellow musicians that we're going to be playing today at the concert and sharing some time just improvising there. And it was amazing how people can actually communicate through their instruments and respond to each other. And then that communication is like immediately we began looking at each other because that's what it is. Music is the language of sound in time, right? Yeah, universal language. So, keep looking here. Basically, there's one thing that we need to understand. That whatever we do or play has to have meaning for the listeners. It makes no sense that you play something that makes you feel good if it's not going to be translated to the audience. You need to be able to find your audience, to look at your audience. Like I look at you now, and I know exactly when not to play. Of course, it comes with experience, because I've been playing since I was 5. No, I'm not gonna say, but yeah. Some of my teachers, my students go, "Oh, Lannie, man, that's Jurassic." Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I feel good. It doesn't, I mean, my feet Jurassic, but yeah. You know, you begin realizing your age when you begin quoting or calling names from artists, and they go, "Who's that?" But anyway, you have to know the audience. You know how to perform for the audience. You need to know your limitations. You have to practice and practice. You have to execute your instrument. You have to put yourself in the position to be able to talk about whatever you want to talk about music without effort. So that when you do, you don't talk too much. See, at the beginning I was saying, I'm here, I exist. So I was playing a lot. Now that I can play a lot, I play less. Because there's a rule that I always say, less is more. Less is more. I'd rather play, let me give you an example. The one note samba. One note. The guy was trying to prove that point. Less is more. Of course, harmonically, it was going all over the place. To keep that note there, I mean, he was using that note like a third, like a 7, like a 9, yeah. But, making the long story short, when you're soloing, the art of soloing, you can begin by imitating. You can imitate other people's solo, but don't stay there. Create your own universe. Why stay in someone else's universe? Create your own universe, create your own solo lines, create your own stuff. You're gonna find people that will criticize you. Listen to them. I mean, I said this yesterday as well, because it's related, you know. Everything I've ever done in music has been mostly from a commercial point of view, because that's what you learn pretty much in Berkeley, Boston, how to make a living out of music. By the way, I congratulate Alec Powers there, because this that you're doing is amazing. I mean, I believe that this university has the potential to be doing great things in the music department. I mean, you got my vote, man. I mean, from here on, wherever I go, you know, always, yes. And you know, you people, the students, always go ahead and pass it forward. Listen, I'm studying here, I'm doing this, I'm studying at this university, man. Yeah, check it out, it's good. Because once you begin creating that momentum, you become a unit, powerful unit. And then with that will come more opportunities. Let me see. Yeah. How, yes.
It's okay to ask a question, by the way?
Well, I was gonna wait for the end, but go ahead.
Okay. I brought a psych class here, specifically.
A what class?
Psychology.
Okay.
And you hit it right, I mean, the nail on the head when you talked about knowing your audience and purposely almost making them feel a certain way, right? Sad, building tension. What are some of the ways you go about that?
Well, as an entertainer, as an artist entertainer, by the way, who are the psychology students here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm being analyzed right now. Let me see. Oh, okay.
What a fun thing.
You're writing notes down. Okay. Well, I did take courses in psychology myself a lot when I was in college, and I remember some of them. Before, the first thing I do is I see what is missing in the audience. I need to know what's there to know what I need to do. If the audience, right now, if I was at the piano, I began acting very exciting to boost the excitement in the class. Because the class, I feel like it's going like, oh, okay, one more to listen to. But I would become myself. I would know exactly what to play, and it would be happy songs because I would want to lift the spirit a little. You have to identify, like they do in psychology. You have to identify your prospect. See what it needs, what are the red buttons. And then once you have those red buttons, you select the material that would actually fill those buttons. If a person is depressed, I would play a certain material that would probably go into that, what would I say, that would actually enhance a little bit that depression to see if the person reacts even more sad when I play that. And then once I do that I know where it is, I will begin playing other material that would counter arrest that. So as an artist, entertainer, I look at the people and I know how many are getting it, how many are not getting it. And there are times that I can supply the need. There are times that no one can supply the need. Nobody can lift anybody that doesn't want to be lifted. And that's the truth. There's a commercial that says that. One mafia guy, actor, so I don't remember who his name is, but he goes, you can lift anyone who does not want to be lifted up. Actually, you trying to lift that person up could go down to where he's at because it's easier. I have always been the kind of person that likes to help the underdog. Not because I feel that it's just part of me. I mean, not because I feel like underdog or was underdog. I mean, I feel that my career was very difficult. It was very controversial because when you're trying to do something, all the people that are not doing anything do not want you to attain that something, and that's like a normal thing. You know, it's like in society, the ones that are noticed are the ones that are doing something most of the time. The ones that are fighting or struggling for an idea. I knew by the age of 5 that I wanted to be a musician. How? I don't know. I mean, it was engraved in me. It was part of me. I never tried anything else. Everything I worked on since a very young age was music and continued to be music. And today, I'm still in music. And I made a career out of it. Now, that everybody will, my hope is yes. But the ones that won't is not because they don't have the skill or the ability. It has nothing to do with that. You just have to be very persevering, persistent. You cannot quit. And then yesterday I was saying also in the actual other clinic about the voice, finding the voice. Once you find that purpose, the one who will not attain it is that person that quits. The purpose will be achieved if you stay in it long enough. That it will happen when you want it, maybe not, but it will happen. It will happen because you want it. And when you want something badly enough, you stay in it till you get it. Maybe when you get it, it will mean nothing. You know, it's like, I remember that during my early musician period, I wanted a Grammy. And I was like, yeah, I want a Grammy, I want a Grammy. I want a Grammy. I never got the Grammy. And then one day I said, I don't care about the Grammy. Then I got the Grammy. You know, and it was like, not because of something I did myself, it's because I helped someone that was going for a Grammy. He sent me some material, I did it on the spur of the moment. He was rushing, he said, Lannie, I'm broke. I cannot pay you for this. I have nothing. I spent it all. He said, just send it to me, man. And I sat down and began working, give it to him on Monday. On Wednesday, he put it out. Boom, got a Grammy. And when I got the Grammy, I said, what is this? How did I get this? That's what you did for that guy, Lannie? You're kidding me. So, that is the answer to your question, sir. You can read the people and you can satisfy their need, just like he could probably meet with someone that has a problem. Do research in what the person needs and supply the need with his knowledge. Now book knowledge, but eventually experience knowledge. Because he's seen that kind of case before a lot. And I mean, that's for psychologists. I mean, not psychiatric or whatever, you know, that, yes. Okay, so back in the farm. Back in the farm. Soloing. When you're soloing, you have a melody and you have chord changes accompanying that melody. You can solo inside of the chord changes of the song that you're playing, but you can also create progressions within that progression during the solo. For a second or two, you can go, okay, I think I need to go to the piano to show this. Okay, let's go back to the original idea. Simple melody, nothing to it, now with the chord changes. So I take that melody and I alter it. sounds different. You can tell it's a song, but it's not the same notes altogether. Now, with different chord changes. It's completely different. That's how I felt at that moment. Now, right now, I feel like I'm improvising. That doesn't exist in the song. Actually, I was thinking of getting that into one of my next albums. Just Mary Had a Little Lamb and variations. You know, like. So, if I was in a lounge right now and you were the audience, I would probably do stuff like, I don't know, let me see. Some people think some people think. Yeah, Alicia Keys. Yeah, because of the age bracket. I'm sorry, man. I was like, I had to learn that because I'm way past that bracket. But it is my duty as a musician to stay on top, so that I can deliver for all the ages. I mean, that means Taylor Swift, you know, Billie Eilish, all that stuff, the new stuff. So now, Mary Had a Little Lamb is a very simple song. It's a major key. It's a happy song. It's like. If I wanted to make that very sad, let's say that Mary had to pay her taxes. I would do something like. You see how as I keep playing, I'm creating more stuff because I'm going into a realm of creativity. I could make that song, and I don't want to sound arrogant, but when you tap to that thing, that creative vibe, you can go anywhere. on the spur of the moment. When I'm playing, I'm being sensitive to every gesture. You see, I see the guy there now with the beard. He's smiling. He wasn't in the beginning. He wasn't in the beginning. I was thinking while I was there in the podium. Yeah. I was thinking, I'm not connecting. All the time I was thinking while I was looking around, why am I not connecting? Well, now I see that since the universal language, we connected through this language. He didn't probably like my language, but he liked the piano language. So my voice, yes. But it's not me, it's really the mic. The EQ on the mic. This here has always been my safe place. When you're soloing, you fall into your safe place. It's a place of peace. It's a place of humanity. It's a place where you can give the people something they cannot have. Right now, I got you guys loving Mary Had a Little Lamb. And that's like the corniest song you can ever play. But just because I won. You're hearing Mary Had a Little Lamb, but in reality is, but I'm going. Because remember, Mary just paid her taxes. So it's a very sad moment. So when you're soloing, you need to know what is the vibe that you want to create. What is the vibe? Yes?
Like you said, for the solos, you said being creative. I'm honestly with you on that. Like, design, currently have my solo that I'm working on. You know, like features the main thing of Coconut Mall and the supermarket one. That's my solo, because like I'm bringing like these kind of old like 2000s vibes back, and just hoping that the audience might like that.
Well, whatever you do when you're soloing, it should reflect you. It should be what you hear. It should be truly you. I'm not thinking of anything else but the vibe that I want to create when I play the Sad Mary Had a Little Lamb and the chord changes. I can make it go somewhere else, and every time I play it, when I sit, I'll feel it different, because music is free and it keeps moving in the spiritual part of it, you know. So now I might feel Mary Had a Little Lamb and just go. Different vibe. That was more like a loungy, or Now, remember, when you're improvising, there are going to be times where you're going to be improvising and saying a lot because you have a lot inside. There are times that you're just going to play simple because that's what you had at that moment. I like contrast when I solo. I like to play exactly opposite to what was played before. So if a person is going, I might go. Why? Because if I'm doing that, people are gonna go. See, if I go and do, they're gonna go like, oh. But as soon as I begin doing, the attention fell right on the keys. The piano just made a call. Everyone is gonna be listening, even you in the beard. Yeah. By the way, what's your name? Russ? Yeah, you're cool, Russ. Yeah.
I like when you play on the piano better than
Oh, you think? Well, the difference is that I've been doing this for how many years, Nathan?
Oh my God.
Oh my God, yeah, there's no number for that.
16.
What?
60 years.
60 years.
You don't look that old.
Well, I'm not bad for 90, right? It's a lot of surgery.
No.
And anyways, let me go back there to close. Yeah, it's a lot of surgery. No, testing, 1, 2. It's the mic, man, I'm telling you. It's the mic. Punish me. You're cool, Ross, you're cool, man. Testing, 1, 2. I survived the test, Ross. The test of judgment.
I know they haven't written their reports yet.
I know. Oh he's writing a report on. Oh my Lord, no.
Yes.
We're writing everything down.
You just got analyzed.
Literally, he just changed the sentence for you guys. From your class, or from your boring class to here to read.
Well, I wouldn't call my class
Very
boring.
respectfully to
It's not boring.
No, I would never.
And
do that.
the music is
Not,
blissful.
listen. When I was taking psychology, I loved it because it gives you an insight
Absolutely.
how to tap into that you need to tap into when you're doing
People.
that. You need to. I would say that, and I tell that to all the musicians. Keep studying as long as you can, because all that knowledge that you think is not important is actually doing something for your psyche. The way when you study mathematics, physics, chemistry, all the stuff that you think, oh my God, but why would I do that with music? Because it does something to your brain. It does something to the brain that helps you when you're doing music to allocate the information in a certain way. And, I still remember stuff that I studied when I was in college. And to this day, because I had great teachers, that's not the truth nowadays, but the students are pretty much doing their own studies on their own. But I'm glad that we're finally connecting a little bit more. Is it better there? Yeah. Before I go on and close, thank you for being here. It makes a difference when you have something to be heard from someone like me communicating it out. It's important that you pass the information forward and that you keep being true to yourselves musically, spiritually, emotionally. We live in a very tough world, and only the brave can keep going forward, and the knowledgeable. There's a lot of power in knowledge. I would say that if I had not learned all the stuff that I learned through the years in the music school and in the other colleges, I would not be standing up right here right now. It has kept me going even when I wanted to quit. Just because I made it doesn't mean that I didn't want to quit. I wanted to quit a lot of times, but I didn't. And that's the difference. Don't ever quit. Just keep moving forward. And always find the angle. Every opposition has always an angle to be victorious in it. So, I would like to thank FGCC, the foundation, and the Fine Arts Department, particularly to you, Alex, for having me here. It has been great. You. And I hope we can do this again, because I actually enjoy it. I enjoy being here and giving all the information I have inside of me to you so that you can pass it on. Basically, that's my purpose. That whatever I have that can help you and you can apply it, you can use it without going through what I went through to get it. So you're better off. Thank you so much.